Oh, I don't think I'm going to have a lot of people, but that's okay. I just think it's over here. I think my it's about her health. I mean, she's not about her health constantly, but I think more scrutiny, I think, from her Jesus about it all. I don't know, I think she's going on with short health. Who knows? Maybe I get some face. Oh my goodness. I've discovered something interesting on this. I don't know what we're going to do, but obviously we have been watching NFL. It's her birthday. There's stuff going on. I thought we should come in and talk about all the stuff going on today. And you know, I don't tend to cuss so much, so you know, if you like a little less, you know, I don't think that's the scam. Well, hi, good evening, everybody. It's Ray, it's Life and Vibe, and let's just all start out and let's just sing happy birthday to Foodie Beauty. Happy birthday to you. No, I would not do that to everybody. I would not do that to you all. I cannot sing. Unlike Chantal, or shall we call her Foodie the Beauty, I know what my limitations are. And one of my limitations is singing. So I would not make you guys suffer from that. But anyway, thank you all for being here. My goodness, it is all going off today. It is all going off and it is not going off, if you know what I mean. Her silence is golden. Hi, everybody. Let me just say, hey, real quick, and then we'll just get into this. Whatever is going on. And then the retro react, I wanted to take a look at just so we can do something to celebrate Foodie's birthday with her content. Is I wanted to look at her video from a year ago called My Plus Size Abaya Collection. And the reason why this is an interesting video to take a quick peek-see at, one, it's very quick. And secondly, it was a couple of days before her 39th birthday last year. So I thought it would be interesting to kind of see what she looks like after a year, kind of where she's at after a year. And there's some interesting things going on. So let's just jump into it. Hi, I want to say hi to everybody. Rosebud's always here. Thank you, my Rosebud. Come on in, girl. My good friend Bella. Talia, my pharmacist, is here. Jamie here. Hi, Jamie. Thunder Rain is here. Deborah's here. Turn the Page is here. Tess True Heart. Thunder Rain. Brooke. Hey, Brooke. Come on in. Come on in. I might have hit you. Rose. Hey, Rose. I really enjoyed your reading today, and if you haven't checked out Rose Thorn Reacts, then I would suggest you get over there and check out her channel. I can always link her channel in my description box of this live stream later on, so we don't get in trouble for the subs and all that stuff. So hey Pam, come on in. Yes, we're gonna be taking a look at that changed banner, and she deleted something again. She's deleting. She's, we have no idea what's going on. That's why I put out a poll. Hey, Eileen, come on in. Come on, Eileen. Miss Sandra here. Come on in. Come on in. I know that House of Hannibal, Green Dragon. Come on in, girl. I know Reality Chica here. Hi, girl. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Pixie Dragon here. Hey, Pixie. I know I haven't been live for a few days. I have been putting out content. I've been working on some projects, so all to do with the channel. So it's fun, and we're, I have another potential creator that I'd like to take a look at, because she is interesting. She has a lot of followers. Another one called Alexandra Rodriguez, who is pregnant and complaining that the OBGYN officers don't want to see her. So I'm always interested when people get into medical stuff more, because that's obviously where my wheelhouse is. But if you haven't had a chance to take a look at the poll, we do have a poll this evening. And it's getting, I have to say the account is suspended for 7 days is coming in. So where there is a question out, it's why does Foodie Beauty not have any new content on YouTube? And it is, she's on a plane. It's visa runtime is one of the potential choices. Second is account is suspended for 7 days. So we know that she did have a video, I believe, removed for hateful content. So when she started to bring the Muslim community into her rage, that probably was not a good plan, girl. The third choice is Foodie is making drama for views. She's, Mr. Snowflake is due to release his video. It's her birthday tomorrow. Her views are tanking. I mean, this is going to be hopefully driving traffic to her channel. Even though this feels like a repeat to the Cuba, sorry, I always say it Hispanically, Cuba rage time. And then it's a medical emergency, all that rage. Yep, Foodie finally stroked with an aneurysm. So if you want to take a quick pixie over there at that, please join me in the poll. Let's just have some fun. Let's laugh. Let's enjoy. Hey, Catherine, come on in. From my girl from New Zealand, come on in. Come on in. We're having fun. Zephyr, how you doing? And going over Alex. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Alexandra Rodriguez, just because, one, I did work triage, so I have a lot of experience working like ambulatory outpatient, and I've also had a lot of friends who've worked OBGYN, and then I have kind of my own personal experience with those types of offices. So I feel like I could, give a good thought about that. And I also, obviously, when I trained to be an RN, I did do rotations in L&D and pediatrics, and worked with mums. I saw a really bad birth, actually. So fortunately the baby survived. So yeah, Foodie raged over Alex 3-wick candles. I think, we all have, there's so many other interesting, my glitters, I'm planning to do probably tomorrow night. I want to do the glitters Walmart bikini haul. So I'm ready to do a bikini haul tomorrow night, because we're getting closer and closer to summer. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, Mackenzie Ridgen, for the $6.99 Canadian. I love that. So she says, hi, I'm usually a silent viewer, but I just wanted to say hi. Oh, and I hope you're having a great day. Well, you know what, Mackenzie? you know what? I am having a great day. I can't say I'm not having a great day. And I hope everyone out there is having a great day too. I don't think that uh the interest in Foodie is always great. I did a little Amberlynn Reid reaction. Nobody's interested in Amberlynn Reid's content, or I talk too much. One of the two, or both. I thought I had some really good recommendations for Amberlynn, though, so I hope she watches it. But yeah, I got to go out with Junebug, my dog, who always shows up in my shorts. We went out and walked. There's supposed to be some big storms coming in. So yeah, obviously just trying to figure out what is Foodie up to, because it seems like she is trying to do some channel cleansing. And I have tried to see how can you find out if a channel's been suspended. I tried to get into the Wikitubia that kind of explains what happens. And I really wasn't finding out how we could find out for her, you know? So, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And then obviously she's just changed up her banner. So we're going to take a quick peek, see at that. Yeah. Yeah. Sandra says Foodie is jealous of Alex's real husband. Oh, then we're definitely going to have to cover Alex. I don't know if I could do naked and laughing. I think she's actually from my area of the country where I live. I think that would be too close to home. Oh, come on in, Green Dragon. Leanne, come on in. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well too. Happy hump day, everybody. I think we're probably having a better birthday day than Foodie. And I was laughing because obviously her Cameo page says that her birthday is a completely different date. So that was either her eyesight is so bad she put a 5 in instead of an 8, or something. Something, you know, it was just funny that the Cameo birthday is not the birthday that we know to be, which is the 28th, which I believe in Kuwait, we all technically into the 28th. So I think it is her birthday now. So yeah. Rose, someone says, if Foodie can't stream on her birthday, I'm going to chuckle. Well, technically, I would say she is in her birthday in Kuwait. It says YouTube, sometimes you need to reset the setting. Oh, about my stuff. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'll just let you guys know. I do release like my regular reaction videos to just like, I don't release it to the subscriber feed. I because there's a different way to release it. It just means that I get the videos out to larger audience in YouTube in order to kind of grow the channel. But what I always do then is post it into the community tab. So that's kind of what I do. And then anything like a live or the shorts, and then the shorts usually relate the video that I just did as a reaction. So that's kind of why you don't find it. Okay, it's just me. Yeah, I'm trying to confuse us. Yeah. Hi, House of Hannibal. I'm trying to get this done quick because I don't want to hit your time because I know you're going, and I just wanted to come in real quick on the gossip while we could and wish Foodie a happy birthday because currently in Kuwait it is isn't she right now? Kuwait time right now. It's 3:59 a.m. So if she was going to start, this would be like ideal for her to start live streaming because it's like she could still be eating because it hasn't been sunrise yet. So technically she could still be eating and or sunset, sunrise. Yes, sunrise. And it's her birthday. So, I mean, you would think she'd be out here giving us a stream, but no. Yeah, happy Chantel. Happy birthday, Foodies. Happy birthday. I know this is peak eating time, Sandra. It really is. She's not eating. So, yeah. Or YouTube is not allowing her to show this content. And it's her 40th birthday. And as I have remarked, she may not have many milestone birthdays left if she doesn't really take care of her health. I have so many dental people in my comments like, She does know as a diabetic, she needs some regular mouth checks for mouth sores. And I don't think Foodie's seen a dentist since childhood. And she's always talking about the veneers. Okay, let me bring up her page just so we can talk about what is going on over here. Ah, Foodie, Foodie, Foodie. That's the wrong thing. Sorry, I'm clicking over here. All right, I got to share the screen. That's it. All right, and then we're going to look at her last year and see the difference kind of thing. Okay, let me see. Is this showing up? Yes, let me make me small. Okay, so yeah, we have a brand new banner over here. I guess she didn't like the original. That was too much wording, I guess. Just too much wording for whatever reason. And it is vlogs, food. Well, we know it's food, girl. Okay. So I think we need to kind of look at the language because it's interesting as to whether we think YouTube is trying to review her channel and is she trying to sanitize it and clean it up in this time so she doesn't get a permanent ban? Because things like medical misinformation, hateful speech, there's so many different things that she potentially could be against community guidelines. And if she's like upset a whole community, like a whole religious community, and they have decided en masse to report her, she could significantly be in trouble, especially with all that's going on in Israel and Palestine at the moment. I really just don't think it's a good time to be raging against too many communities on YouTube. But yeah, she's got plus size life. The plus size needs to be hyphenated, Foodie. I thought you were an English major. You're using that plus size as an adjective in front of the word life. Okay, so you need to actually use a hyphen between the plus size, make it into an adjective, girl. Anyway, she got live streams at least as one word this time, so she's upgraded on the spelling there. Beezing and more, which I understand from her explanation. Beezing means having fun. So let me just check my chat. Yes, there's no ring. Right. Yes. So there's no ring, and we don't know if this is an old picture, and it's just that it could be that the hands are flipped because you just never know with photos if they're reversed or not. So it is hard to tell. And obviously that is not what she really looks like. Hey, Team Psych World, come on in. That shopping mall you were laughing hard at the shopping mall. Is that because she was using the elongated filters? What's beezing? Beezing is having fun, from what it said in her little description in here. Because I think she actually described it. Because she didn't change anything in here. But it's interesting that she got rid of the word mukbangs in here. So that's what I'm saying. Is she trying to make it look more palatable for YouTube? Because she just says food, but not mukbangs. As if her being obviously somebody who's a larger person and tucking into mukbangs, that might be considered harmful content in YouTube. I'm just something I'm wondering about as to why this language got changed up. She still has all the same, oh, now she actually writes here. This is interesting. She's writing here, hi there, welcome to my world, and thanks for being here. I am a 40-year-old Canadian Muslim revert gal, happily married. I think she's changed some of the language here. I do the following here on this channel. And then she goes into all that stuff she did before. She says about her health being a mess. And most importantly, IBs, which is basically having fun. And nobody thinks she's having fun. And then if you click into any of the links that she's provided here, like she's not updated any of these. Like this is supposed to be Salal and Miriam, not Salal and Chantel. That's been taken over by somebody else. This isn't even, this still exists though. This is not anything anymore. I'm sure she still has the TikTok. It's just not under these handles. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. Let me check my chat, see what's going on. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, like it, hey, come on in, cheekbones. We haven't even looked at her stuff yet. And I don't want to overrun because I know House of Hannibal is trying to get started. Okay, let's get over here to the community tab. Okay, can you see her community tab here? Because she has deleted another community post. So today in my reaction video just happened to read the last post that she put out about how she should be better than the rage, etc., etc. She shouldn't be like this, that, and the other. And now she has deleted, sorry if that was an echo there. She has deleted that away. It's gone. And it's about her rap career from 9 days ago. So her most recent community post is from 9 days ago. So she has cleaned that away too. So that has been cleared away. So yeah, I read that today. Having fun. I haven't seen, no, nobody's seen her having any fun. No fun. No fun at all. She's not, we're having way more fun on Foodie's birthday. I wonder what is going on. Wouldn't you like to be a fly wherever she is? And if you haven't seen Dank Fupa's latest episode, oh my God, you're missing out because it was so funny. I'm just thinking about flies in that episode. It was really, really funny. Really funny. Check it out. Okay. So obviously we've heard that, YouTube did take down a video. So yeah, what's going on as far as, you think she's trying to clean up her channel, Eileen? Right. And that's what it's starting to even, I'm wondering, because she did get reported. There was information. I don't have a Twitter, I'm afraid. And Rose, if you really want to see like going over Foodie and Twitter, Rose Thorne Reacts is really the channel for that. I think everyone has their niches. I am not a Twitter girl. I tried to find her on TikTok. I had no luck. Everything else, the only time I could find her was with other people's videos about her. So I couldn't actually find her channel there, and her link is dead on YouTube. So she's a really terrible social media manager for her own channel. What's Hemlock saying? Hemlock Tea, what have you already got there? You're trying to where she is. Oh yeah. Lots of flies, fruit flies. You don't do Twitter either? Yeah, I don't do Twitter, and I believe, like I said, that she's cleaning up. She's cleaning up, I think. So I don't think she has necessarily fought with Salau or that she has left. I think she is trying to make sure, because it's interesting that she's gone back to talking about being a Canadian gal. It's weird because she's changed some of her language from inside of her description here. It's completely different from what I had previously looked at today. So I'd like to compare the two. I don't think I'm going to bring up my video though, but I think she wrote something different. The way she's like Canadian gal and all this, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's very interesting in the respect that, reorganize her content. It's early morning Kuwait, knowing her witching out. Right. And she's still silent. She has to be on a YouTube timeout. Yes. Sybil is an evil twin. All right, guys, let's take a look at this Abaya that she did last year. Just to kind of see where she was at on her birthday last year. And I don't think she has anything on her channel. All right, let's get over here to this Abaya collection. All right. So this was, a year ago, this got 23,000 views, which is wild. And oh, look at this. All of her comments are turned off. I don't know if that is like just that video. Let me check another video just to make sure. And then we'll get back to this one. So comments are off. Interesting. because she had very restrict. Oh, let me go back to that because I had that one set up. Sorry. No. Sorry, I was being all professional, I thought, but I wasn't. All right, let's go back. So I'm just curious to know if all of her comments, let's just make sure she's not gone live for her birthday. Nope, we're still 7 days ago. Okay, so let's go down. Her videos. See, she has her page horribly organized. I'm just going to say. You can set it up better. All right. Let me see if the comments are turned off, or is it just because that's an old video? Let's see what's going on down here. Okay, interesting. Okay, so it's just on that older video. So this one still has comments turned on. And, oh, hold on. Okay, you see that? Okay. So this still has comments turned on. So it's just this older video. Yeah, Kalari dragged her for good. Yeah, she did. Yeah, most of us don't need any help dragging. So it seems like she still does have some comments in there. Okay. All right. All right. So that's just that older video here for whatever reason, the older video is not allowing us to see the comments. Okay. Let me hope I can go back and find it because I found this specific video. So that's why I probably didn't want to flip in and out of the screen. But all right. So this is I was kind of looking for anything that specifically said birthday from last year, and it wasn't there. And so I apologize because everything was taking some time to load. But I was curious because I noticed the comments had been turned off. And, I would think that you wouldn't want to turn your comments off because that's engagement. But yeah. And if you haven't had a chance to participate in the poll, please do so. And this is taking a little bit of time to load, and I apologize, guys. I should have, well, I did want to check. See, look at all this. If you're not looking now, oh my goodness, just last year, the amount of, this is all fast food, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, barbecue chicken with Afghani style rice, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Cane's, diet break, cheating on my diet, Raising Cane's. Like, Foodie has never not cheated on a diet. Girl, stop lying. You have always cheated on a diet. Okay. All right, let me make.
Hey guys, so I tried to find an accurate women's clothing
Sorry guys.
Conversion chart online, but I found different ones with different information. So when I went to the Abaya shops to shop in person, I did ask the woman working for a size 4 or 5X what the best size would be, and I was directed to try on size 58 or 60, just for your information purposes.
Yeah, I wonder sometimes too if Takat potentially had more involved in it and being able to have people mass report her, because if they do have and Chantel would never know. She doesn't speak Arabic. She wouldn't be able to go and infiltrate one of their channels and understand what they're saying or even write. She'd have no idea. No. And if they were writing, they'd probably be writing in slang. So translating machines don't usually do a great job with that sort of stuff. And most of us, we speak in slang, which is why it's more difficult for people to understand when we're foreign speakers. I tend to probably one of the reasons I speak quite slowly, I guess, and try to really enunciate my words, which I find when I listen back to myself at any time, like, oh my God, Ray, goodness me, is that I lived in foreign countries and have been an English teacher. So I've tried to enunciate probably a little harder in order for people to clearly understand me. And I noticed I'm much slower at speaking than I thought I was. But yeah, I wonder if they did a mass report Fake voice. Oh, the one that she has when she reads this women's clothing conversion. Oh yeah, it's Chantel's mess voice. Yeah, you think you're wondering too, cheekbones, as to whether she had to cat. As I said, a foodie would not be able to influence into those types of realms, and maybe that is the lady with the dark hair that Rose Thorne is always wondering who is the lady that's going to interrupt her. Maybe it's her. Maybe it's Takat. Maybe Takat was not a person to mess with. You're making a lamb roast. Oh my goodness, Miss Shelley, you good cooking, girl. And Rosebud says, you had cod for dinner. Oh, that sounds lovely. I had a vegan burger. I had a vegan burger and finger wing potatoes. So yeah, but not to the portion size as a foodie. But yeah, let's keep going on this. But yeah, I think, don't forget to answer my poll, but I think there's a lot more going on. Okay, so these are the conversion charts that she would be using. I'm guessing my Canadian friends, do you follow the USA or do you go to the UK? Which is the size of clothing that you tend to follow? Well, whatever it is, Foodie don't fit any of these. I'm so horrible.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I found a place where I got a really good deal on abaya and hijab match together. Like it comes together as one set. I'm holding my microphone because it really bothers me being on my clothes and the hijab might wrestle with it. So I'm just going to show you my entire abaya.
Okay. Things that we notice. Look at the hands, okay? I don't think she looks quite as swollen. Her knuckles, though, because she isn't as swollen, are super dark in this video from a year ago. This is just a couple of days before her 39th birthday last year. And she does say that in this video. She still has that flushed redness going on in her face, but she's actually standing and doing a video, which we rarely would now see her stand to do anything. She can't wait to get over to the window and sit on the couch to talk about anything. She does not stand in the apartment to say or do anything for any period of time. So just to notice her size difference too. But she still has this red. This has been something this is persistent. Okay.
Collection with like maybe different hijab. I don't know, we'll see how tired I get. I actually really hate trying on clothes, which is why I don't do a lot of clothing hauls. And really, I don't really buy that many clothes either. I don't know. So I'm going to start with the new ones. The other ones I try on are going to be repeats, but just to show you my entire collection. So these two new ones come with the hijab and they were delivered like the next day and it was like so affordable and they're really high quality. So I'm actually really, really, really impressed with that. So I'll show you up close first, a little bit of the detail, and then I'll show you further back to show you like a full picture. So this is the matching hijab that comes with it. It's the same color as the abaya, black and like a turquoisey grayish color. I don't know what color that would be, but as you can see here,
yeah,
it has some nice detail, like bejeweled detail on it. And the sleeves as well have a really nice detail on them, as you can see.
Sorry, I'm trying to stop. Hold on.
All right.
Sorry, I was trying to get, oh my goodness. Okay, let's look at the difference in Foodie here. Wow, what a difference a year makes. I don't think she fits that abaya anymore. Did she outgrow the abaya, Zafira asks? I think she may have. Or she got so many food cysts. Holy shit, her face was so much. Yes. Yes. So I thought it'd be so interesting just to compare her from a year ago to now. I know looking at the ones in Canada, you know, but this way she's in the abaya. So, and we don't see her in this. This was actually very pretty. Look, had all these nice jewels at the front. It was pretty nice. Yeah, she has more energy, Reality Chica says. Yes. And I have not even had to speed her up. Okay. This is Foodie at normal speed. I have not sped her up to 1.5. I've not altered any of the speed on her. So just notice that we now have to speed her up to 1.5 just to have her sound as if she's speaking at a normal speed because she's so slow. Yeah, just what a difference a year makes, girl. It's your birthday. I think she did. She's isn't as short of breath. Yes, she's not as short of breath. Yeah, I think right. Rip just saying, yeah, it's so sad. It really is. It really is because for whatever reason, she has remained very sedentary in this home and she's not got out and she's not got out and met people, exercised, had anything that improved her lifestyle. In fact, shortly after this, it was just a succession of mukbangs with fast food from she could have gotten in Canada. She's just sitting there doing it in Abaya. I mean, it was really no different. I think it could have been a great opportunity for her to have really made a change in her lifestyle if that's what she had wanted. I don't think she wants it. Yeah. All right, let's keep looking at her in her little fashion collection here and we'll catch up with Foodie.
All right, so this is the whole abaya, number 1. It's size 58. All of the Abayas are in size 58 or 60, which is pretty much the biggest size here. So as you can see, it goes right down to my feet and covers my feet pretty much. So I'm completely covered, which is what
I don't think she would. I don't even think. I don't know if she's got. I don't think she's. I can't tell. I don't. She may have a little bit of the elongated filters on because just look how long this couch cushion is here. I don't know if there's anything about the patterns of the floor that look different. Not too bad behind her. So I'm not sure that she might not be, she's going to be filtered, obviously. But look, she's just noticed her abdomen here. I mean, she was not thin here, okay? She was definitely in the high 300s at this point. So for her to say she's 370 pounds now is just absolute lies.
I like for ultimate modesty. And we are going to be traveling as well, so I would like a nice couple of really more fancy abayas. And underneath the abayas, just so you know, I always wear a slip. It's like a full head to toe dress that covers everything as well for that extra layer of protection. So this is abaya number 1. All right, guys, so this is the second new abaya. By the way, these were a birthday gift because my birthday's in a couple days. They were birthday.
Okay, so this time she's saying that these abayas are birthday gifts. I don't know if they're birthday gifts from Foodie to herself, if her family sent her money. This I haven't seen this abaya, I think, in a very long time. So she bought quite a few of these outfits, and these are I mean, this one looks expensive. I mean, this the work on this is pretty. I mean, it's real pretty. And the camera work when they were up high and getting her she was much smaller, man. Oh, and the sound quality when she is speaking, that's on her end.
A gift from my husband Salah, in addition to the iPhone 14 Pro Max that I'm filming on right now. So I hope the quality is really good for you guys. Abaya number 2, same price as the other one, and it comes with the matching hijab as well. It's just a plain black hijab. And there's so many different styles you can do with hijabs, but I'm just doing a very simple one just for this video's sake, to save some time. So I really love the detail on this. The colors.
The difference in the
really,
hands.
Really nice.
Hold on.
Makeup looks that I can do to match this
hold
color.
On.
So it's more of a fancy, more colorful abaya.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you could tell when she's moving her hands around just how less swollen. I think we've all said it in the chat. but her hands really do look less swollen. And because of it, you actually, the rings around her knuckles from her unmanaged diabetes is so much more prominent there. So the fact that I think it was still some time before she had an official diabetes diagnosis is wild because obviously she probably had been having that brewing for a little bit of time.
I'm just wearing black or white, black and white mix. So I really like the splash of color on these. The sleeves are also baggy. Usually my abayas have like baggy sleeves, which makes it hard to like eat and cook because they're always dragging in the food. But this is like pretty tailored. I like it. And as you can see, it has a nice floral design. I really, really love it. All right, now from far away.
Embroidery.
All right, so as you can see, this one is also pretty long. It is size 58. So as you can see, it's pretty roomy. And this is what it looks like from afar. So as you can see,
she's saying it's size 58. Is that the last size on the size chart? 58? Because that's what size she bought here is 58. That's what she's claiming. She looks so different. Look at her hands. She looks so different now. She doesn't get out with these eyelashes or the makeup. She's, all of this effort gone. And it's her 40th birthday today. Happy birthday, Foodie.
On here, it pretty much covers my feet as well. And that's because it's, the size. They assume that if you're a bigger size, the taller you are as well. And in my case, I'm only 155 centimeters, so it's long on me, but I could take it in for to get it hemmed if I wanted to. No. But when I have shoes on, it's not too
bad. Which is the biggest size, Sandra? Oh, Lord.
So, this is Abaya number 2. All right, guys, this is Abaya number 3. This is one I purchased before I went back to Canada. The first time I came to Kuwait, this is one I got. And this is a size.
Is this the one she was trying to kill herself into the other day? I feel like she had this one potentially on the other day. Am I correct in that? I just see a lot of black abayas. One black abaya. Gosh, if she was already at 58 or 60, and that was the biggest size on that chart, and no wonder she was just strolling past that store the other day. She'd have to have them custom made at this point. She's not retail outlet any longer. She is definitely custom Foodie at this point. Girl, you're gonna have to get a pattern.
It just depends on how the abaya is made and the fabric they use. And as you can see, this is one of the styles that has a loose sleeve, which I don't prefer. I prefer a tailored sleeve. Which is why I like jilbabs. They have the tailored, like the tapered sleeve. Sorry, no tapered sleeve. So this is just a black and white one. So I'm wearing a white hijab, very basic with it. And I'll show you.
Notice the difference in the forehead, though. She is still swollen. Don't get me wrong, and she's still, here, but you can see the knuckle darkness so much more than you can now because she's so swollen. It's like stretched it out so much. She actually, in her forehead, I know she's filtered. The filters don't manage the full head. She looks like slightly like you can actually see some of her like labial folds here. Whereas now she's just so swollen, I don't even think you see labial folds any longer.
From afar. So this one is not as long, but it does still cover my feet and my shoes. And this is what it looks like full body. Oh. So this one is more of a casual, kind of everyday kind of abaya to go out to do groceries, to go to the beach, kind of things like that. So something not as fancy as the other two that you saw. I needed some fancy ones in my collection, so that's why I got those two fancier ones. So number 3, All right, guys. Here's another
Oh
abaya that
God,
we did
Beth
shop for
Bernard.
previous.
You get my
And
channel
this
taken
is another
down.
black and white one. This would also go really nice with a white hijab, but I couldn't find my white undercap, so I'm gonna wear a black one, which also goes with it. By the way, if you want to see some
Looks
abaya
like she's
shopping
already
videos, you can check
bursting
them
out
out
of
on our
here.
travels channel, Salat and Chantal. That's always linked in the description.
It looks like she was already having like issues with this here. Look, because it's like it looks like it's made and looks like she's stretching it a little, out of its place here. So she was already fighting into that thing, and that was a year ago. So we know that one. These things are all sitting probably in a pile waiting to still be washed. They're still in the to be cleaned pile because she can't wear them. I don't think she has them like hanging like in her closet as a goal, like, oh, I'm gonna get into my, my 40th birthday. I'm gonna be back to the way I was. I'm gonna fit into those abayas that I bought last year. That's gonna be my birthday goal. No, 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 those things are sitting crumpled up, probably on the floor next to where Howie made his nest.
Description below as well as you can follow me on TikTok and other social media in the description. So this one is actually a size 60. So this again has not as baggy sleeves, but what I like about this one is that it has pockets. They're pretty deep pockets. You can put a lot of things inside. I can put my phone and the router in each pocket when you go to the beach or something. What I don't
We have no idea
about this abaya is how long it is for a size 60. This is the longest
60?
abaya
Is that what I heard?
and I'll show you down below.
60?
As you can see, it's really long.
All right, she said it was a 60. This is a size 60. Whatever that conversion chart, which I probably should have memorized now. I didn't realize I needed to memorize the bottom of the chart. 60. 60.
Long. And actually, in that one video where I actually tripped, I tripped on my abaya and fell on the stair.
Oh, God,
God. Yeah, you can easily fall. But I do like the style. I do like that it's the only one I have that has pockets.
That's just what Foodie needs, is clothing that helps her easily fall. God. Well, she might be banned off of or suspended from YouTube, but she's probably in a sock account, at least creeping around all of us live channels tonight. We're enjoying your birthday content from last year, Foodie. You need to have a goal to get back into your abayas, girl. Get them up off the floor if you're still practicing, because we don't know where you are with your religion.
So.
Look at her. Look at her. Oh,
so we're coming to a near end here. This is one that I don't really wear often because it is kind of snug, but I just wanted to show you the style.
Do we ever see any of these clothes anymore? 60 would be the 4 times at the lowest. Oh, Lord, girl. That's not low. What type of shoe does she wear? She wears black slip-on Skechers. That's what she wears. Black slip-on Skechers. Because that's the only thing that will fit her feet. And I don't think she even wears socks. So that Sketcher, man. I don't even want to know what those bitches smell like. I'm sorry. One thing you could never do is wear a pair of Skechers and not wear like even little booty socks. Something got absorbed the sweat of the foot, girl. Otherwise, your shoes just become rancid. I had that. This is my one story. I had this one pair of like canvas. They look like little like boat shoes but the ones with little ties, like shoelaces. And I took them on a trip with friends to the south of France. And I wore them like all the time for like 2.5 weeks. I think I literally like every outfit. I was a real sexy girl in those days. I was pairing with these like little like sneaker shoes. So I think that was big in the 80s, like to wear the little Sketcher like Keds type shoes. You know the ones I mean? Anyway, God, I ended up, you have athlete's foot. Exactly. Thank you. she can put her sock. Oh, gross. So Kids and Furies. Thank you, turn the page. Exactly. Hey, hippies, to come on in. So yeah, I got those shoes. I wore them like to the death of me. And I don't think I was wearing any socks. Okay. I was in a really fancy part of France too. My friends and I were down in Antibes, which is one of the most expensive parts of the French Riviera. It was like a hop, skip, and a jump from Monte Carlo in Cannes. And I did not realize at the time Antibes held the most expensive uh, port for yachts in the south of France, next to Monte Carlo. We ended up on a yacht, but that's another story too. But yeah, those shoes ended up stinking to high heaven, and my mother tossed those things out the door the second I got back from my trip. Anyway, so yeah, she's got some stinky sketches on. And ever since that time when I wore shoes without any socks, I have learned that you've got to at least get something on your foot, even if it's the ones that just come up to the ankle, at least that absorb the moisture. You just can't do like any type of like closed shoe and no socks. It's a recipe for athlete's foot, as our pharmacist pointed out. and no, and that's why people end up with athlete's foot, because they work out with no shoes on, or they're not changing their socks frequently enough. You know, you got to keep those things clean. Yes, exactly. Turn the page. Fresh socks every day. Every day. It's okay. Just toss them in the bin along with your undies. Oh, yes, I know. It's amazing. You would think. Your Green Dragon says, my daughter ended up with trench foot because she would not take off her boots. Here we go. And when I took them off and I would leave the room, she would put them right back on. Oh, Jesus. And the stench, too. The stench. Green Dragon says, I wear tan colored socks with my flats. Yes, you've got, even if you're wearing like little ballet, that's why I'm not a big fan of the ballet flats, because it's hard to get the socks to go with those little Rothies. And it's just hard. And I used to get like, I had little black ones too, but they always slip off my feet. So I tend to wear just, my compression socks. And then I have my regular like running shoes. And I even have my compression socks on now. And then I just wear like my I have different slippers, like house shoes, because I will not wear my outdoor shoes in the house. And I'm glad I don't. You know why? Because I came back from the walk today and somebody else wasn't very good about picking up after their dog. All right, let's get back to Chantel's fashion show. We don't even get this type of content nowadays from her.
Of an open abaya. So this is the open abaya. There is a clasp under this hijab that you can close it. I actually can't close it. It just isn't made the same way as flowy and as roomy as the other abayas that I have. So I'm just showing you, and maybe someday, inshallah, when I lose some weight, I'll be able to wear it. But until then, I'm just going to show you here, and it's open style. So as you can see, like that.
We don't see this either
And
anymore.
I'm just wearing a long style of hijab.
Girl, you wasted your money.
Myself for the open gaps. So this is the open style abaya, basically.
Look at Foodie and her glitter and laser poses, man. She like looked at some Glitters content, except Glitters smiles. Glitters always got a big old smile with hers. But Foodie looks like she practiced some like little fashion moves there. Like she was all about being like a plus size Abaya fashion queen. This all went downhill. At some point, it just all started going wrong. I think probably Thailand broke her when she caught him with the stuff on the phone.
All right, guys, so this is one that you've seen many times as well, but I really like it because it's so casual and it's just plain black, and I really like plain black.
Yes, you
So
do.
I also am just wearing my undercap just to show you what I wear underneath my chiffon or jersey hijabs. This is the undercap, and this is how long it is. So I tuck it usually into my underdress, and that way I can wear more sheer colored chiffon hijabs, for example, without worrying about showing my neck or hair. Also, I like that if I get too hot, I can just take off the other layer of the hijab, and it kind of cools me off just wearing the undercap. So this one doesn't have pockets. I forgot to check the size. I'll write it here somewhere. But this is just a basic day-to-day abaya, nothing
Oh,
fancy.
sorry. Notice that. Remember that last time we discussed Foodie, we talked about the mania and the potential of her being on an amphetamine because her behavior is so manic and she is so different. Her whole, she was rage crazy over Kuwait. She got out of Canada, but it seems like about a year ago, and she had just arrived pretty much in Kuwait around about that time, I want to say, from looking at her content. It's like a whole different person. It's a whole, whoever she is, she has really had a marked change just even in the last couple of months from when she left Canada, in my opinion. I think other people have since that, even in her chat. But it's so weird. She would never have the energy to put all this together now. She barely has the energy to sit and roll grape leaves.
Or anything like that. Very casual.
Wild.
So I really like this one.
Is this the one she still wears?
All right, now for the last one.
We should have done a fashion poll.
All right, guys. This is the last, and certainly not least, my last abaya I'm going to show you in my collection today. So it's a mix between casual and a little more than casual, like a little fancy. It has the nice fringe detail, and it's a nice bicolor with neutral tones. And I have a matching hijab here, more casual, breathable hijab, not chiffon, anything fancy, anything like that. And it's a little less flowy than the other ones. I'll show you from the back. And I usually wear this one out just if I'm.
Now, I think I haven't seen this one around recently either. I want to say this abaya, because this looks like it was already having a little strain here to fit. I want to say this abaya, I don't see this one. I did, and this one I haven't seen because I haven't seen this fringe hit any food at all. And I would definitely think this would not. Foodie, what are you thinking, girl? Why would you buy anything with a fringe? Your sleeves continuously pass over your food.
Sick of the black and white colors that I have. So before those other two first ones I showed you, the new ones, I didn't have any color in my wardrobe, like I said. So it's going to be a nice addition with some color, because this was, as far as color goes, this was it for me. So I can also show you guys hijab tutorials if you're interested in the future, just to show you how I do different styles. I've had to learn myself through Instagram tutorials. They're really great. Social media can be a really good learning tool. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing my abaya and hijab collection. I do have a few other hijabs, but I'll show you those at a later date. This is my abaya collection for now. Abayas are, I find, more comfortable and loose fitting for someone my size here in Kuwait. I find casual wear like jeans and shirts and things like that are made more on the smaller side, and they actually usually only go up to like 2x in the stores. So even online, I'm having trouble finding like 4 or 5x. So, I am going to be going to a gym, but in the meantime, I need to still be stuck.
Did Foodie ever get to this gym? She actually is putting a slight amount of effort into her content. There is an effort into this content comparatively. She could have said where she purchased I mean, there's still more effort that could have been made, but compared to what we see now, it's like a whole different person. It's wild. Girl, nobody should have changed this much from one birthday to the next. It's your child.
And comfortable. And modest. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and feel free to leave me your comments. And thanks again for watching. Bye guys.
Modest, girl, you effed and blinded half of the YouTube community. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, she's no new content, nothing. Hey, Trigger Me Elbow, come on in. Yeah, she's any minuscule reason to stop going back. She took it. Yep, she did. Okay, so I have one more short video that I wanted to show from this time last year as our birthday celebration, retro react to Foodie, and then we will be finished celebrating Miss Foodie's birthday. And I'm so glad we got together to celebrate it, because I thought, well, if I celebrate it tomorrow at 8 o'clock at night, it won't be Foodie's birthday in Kuwait any longer. And I know she's probably up and she's probably eating if she is in Kuwait. We'll check the poll in a moment and see where my audience think you are, Foodie. And, you know, we wanted to celebrate it with you. We wanted to be here for you. Celebrate your day, girl. And like I said, if you hadn't had a chance to subscribe or like, you know, do all those things for me, guys. I appreciate it. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to show was she had a medical trip in Kuwait. This time last year, she had come up and she had to go and see somebody at the doctor's. And so I am curious to show that one with you. So we're going to have to kind of scroll through these guys. If you haven't had a chance to respond to the poll and you've just come on in to the live stream, make sure you check the poll out. Let us know. And at the end, we'll see why we think Foodie is not taking advantage of live streaming at this very moment on her 40th birthday, eating and trying to get those super chats, because it would be like, this would be the time to make money. Would you not think, from her audience? This would be the you know, the time. Get in there. It's your birthday. Let them all, you know, show the haters and the reaction channels how much you are loved by your audience, by, you know, huge numbers of super chats. There's the Handsomest Man song. We wonder, Foodie, is Talal still the handsomest man? What's going on between you two? What's going on? We know she's not making a lot of money. We know that. So she did have a question and answer session here. So I have two videos. So I'm going to ask you guys real fast in the chat. Well, one's a little bit longer. I thought we could look at this healthcare in a foreign country, a medical emergency in Kuwait, or there's the one called My Biggest Regret, which would have come right at, it was a little bit after her birthday. So I'm thinking, I'm interested, we could just quickly look at this healthcare one, because she talks about the cost. And I know that she said that it was cheap. So I'm just curious, because she's obviously been having a healthcare issue for some time. So I'm just curious what other people are thinking, what they would like to look at. 10,000 calorie birthday cake? Oh, absolutely. She's going to eat one of those pistachio things all over again. Okay, let's get over here. Let's take a look at her medical emergency. I was kind of curious about biggest regrets, but it's a little bit longer. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Trying to stay, if anyone. Let's just look at the medical, since that's more my real house. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's take a look at this.
Hi guys. So today I had to experience healthcare in Kuwait today. So I thought that I would let you know how it went and what the outcome was, what the doctor said, the procedure, how much it cost for all of you who are probably curious about that kind of thing. I get questions a lot about like what if you need healthcare there? And I never really thought about that until it happened.
Okay.
So, actually, as you know, I'm sounding a lot better from the treatment I had, but I'll get to that. I have been really sick for the past few days. Just really fatigue, not really congestion, but a bad kind of dryish cough. Sometimes phlegmy, mostly dry, and just short.
So we're doing the healthcare, and just to give heads up, this was also just around the same time as her birthday last year. So maybe a couple of days before that. So it's about the same time. Just the way she's talking, I promise you, she's at normal speed. This is just a show. Normal speed. Now she is so slow. It's wild.
Shortness of breath, trouble breathing. It felt to me more asthma related, which I do have asthma, and I do take inhalers for that as well, as you know. I'm just enjoying a lemon mint drink, my favorite here. You guys know.
Chantel, if you have asthma, why in the F do you smoke that shisha, girl? That is the worst thing an asthmatic could be doing, is smoking that garbage. I mean, seriously, you just have no care that little short-acting bronchodilator or your Symbicort or whatever you inhale, it's not going to stop you from having COPD in the future. And asthmatics, you're going to end up having to get some PFTs out there, girl. When was the last time you had a pulmonary function test?
Limonana, yes. So today I woke up and I was a lot worse. Like my voice, you should have heard it. Like my voice is almost normal now. It's surprising to me. I sounded like so raspy, so coarse, just really, really sick this morning. And I was having hard time breathing. After I made breakfast, I thought I'd see how it would go. I took my inhalers. I've been taking my inhalers, and I've been taking this herbal medicine called Travasil. It's an herbal medicine you can buy here at the pharmacy for cough. And I pretty much
Travasil, herbal remedy for coughs. I wonder what that has in it. Interesting. Travasil. I doubt I could spell that from Chantel. My pharmacist knows that herbal remedy. Let me know. If you hear a little, I was playing Chantel. My dog started like nightmaring in her sleep. It's okay, Junebug.
much almost finished the bottle in like 1 day or 2 days. So yeah, it wasn't very effective. So I decided to ask Salah if he would be able to take me to a clinic. So he did. And we got back not long ago, actually. And so the whole experience was sort of different, sort of similar, like little differences here and there from in Canada, from comparing. But I thought it was going to be really expensive, but with like the total for the whole treatment and everything, including the antibiotics, including the medicine, including the visit, everything came out, would have been like equivalent to like around $33 Canadian. So it was only like maybe $8 to get seen at the clinic.
I guess she's talking about 8 Kuwaiti dinar to be seen at this clinic. 33 Canadian dollars. I think that is the correct conversion, potentially. Chantel really bad for conversions. That seems not realistic. That seems like the cost of potentially a medication, but not to be seen by a provider. Even in Mexico, I don't think it was that inexpensive in the 90s when I, self-paid to see a provider. I want to say even then it was more than that. So And that was, in Mexico, and we're talking about the 90s. And I want to say it was at least, 150 pesos, which would have been probably $15, but 150 Nuevo pesos was, a decent amount of money in the 1990s, for a self-pay on a doctor's. Or maybe it's probably that. Or maybe it was 1,500. Maybe it was that price. Maybe it was, no, maybe less. Sorry. Okay, let me not lose track. But whatever. Pete said that is crap. I think that's the point I'm trying to get to. That he said that Chantel says that healthcare is expensive in Kuwait. It's not as cheap as that she's claiming here. Is this the start of the healthcare lies in Kuwait? Is this the receipt of the first healthcare lie? I think we have it.
To see the doctor. So it was so fast. The difference was that it was so fast.
Right.
It was not that busy, actually, but there were a few people ahead of us. So we parked at the clinic. I went into the clinic and we went to this window. A woman requested my passport, and so we gave them all the information, and that was pretty much it.
Thank you.
Yeah, just with my passport, that alone was, enough to be seen, I guess. And so then they gave us this ticket with the number, and we went to this other little waiting area. In the waiting area, I'll insert a little video here. I got a little bit of a video of it just to show you. It was so colorful and so different than the drabby waiting room I'm used to in the clinics. But I guess just different artwork. I guess some of the clinics in Canada are not that drabby. I shouldn't completely.
What are you talking about, drabby girl? And just to let you know, in a healthcare clinic, you don't want all that sort of stuff floating around up there. Okay? All that material and cloth, that is just something to hold dust and isn't great for people like you who are asthmatics coming in with breathing issues. So in reality, you don't want all that stuff hanging around. Those are all potentials for infection. That's why it's drab and dreary looking, because you need to have it so you can wipe everything, keep it clean, keep it moving. That's why all the art's behind frames and stuff that's easy to wipe. You got to control for infection. I would be spooked out to see so much stuff hanging around, trying to figure out how to keep it clean. So just as a heads up, in my opinion.
I'm not dissing on it. I'm just comparing. It was so colorful, and the seating was very different. It was more like benches with these throw pillows kind of thing. So luckily, we didn't wait long. We waited maybe 5 minutes, and then our number dinged up on this I don't know, this little display that shows the number that they're calling.
Ding dong dong.
Whoa, no.
And then
oh my gosh, now we've got Salal right sitting next to her chiming in. Oh, wow. This is historic. This is some good retro content here. She looks so different. I mean, she's filtered, but she, I can still see that she's got orange peel here. So, she's got issues. This redness, man, this has been something that she's needed to address for some time. And if she's, she probably exacerbates it in so many different ways. It's so wild to hear her talking, though. And she's really giving insults to the Canadian healthcare system. Yeah. Looks like a warehouse. She's out of Delhi. I have no idea. Waiting room of germs. Exactly. She's a leech in healthcare. I wish Canada wouldn't take her back for the healthcare because she's such a bad Canadian. I think she needs to have her Canadian card taken away. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. And she's just going to, roll on in and be causing all sorts of havoc when she gets back. Because I don't know what she's going to do. I don't think this healthcare is $33 to see a doctor and get all those medications. We know she's just she's got Duper's delight going too. You know, she's just sitting there on a couch trying to let everybody know that, you know, her life in Kuwait is so good. She got sick, but it wasn't expensive to treat, and this, that, and the other. And the crazy part isn't I don't think in Canada she'd even have to worry so much about it. So I mean, girl, you're so fortunate. You don't have to be here in the cray cray that is the United States and the cost of healthcare and, you know, having private equity and firms trying to take hold of everything.
So then we went into this room, and the doctor was just there direct. So you know how in like Canada, you go into a waiting room and then you go into another little waiting room and wait for the doctor. Well, the doctor was just there direct. So I sat down and he was like, yes, how can I help you? Sorry, I'm gonna, if there's cuts in the video, it's because I'm cutting out the coughing. So I explained my symptoms to the doctor, and so he then looked at my throat. I actually have a throat infection, which I had no idea about. So he said that could be contributing to the fatigue. I did start getting a sore throat actually this morning a little bit. So
he didn't say your weight could be contributing to the fatigue, Chantel? Or potentially that enlarged heart that you have leading to the fatigue at all? It was just that little sore throat causing you to have fatigue? I don't know, girl. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. And did they not get any other like assessment? Did they not get a temperature, a blood pressure, a pulse ox, you know, to see if you were actually oxygenating? He just like looked down your throat. Well, I would actually be rather concerned that was my provider, because I don't know if he was giving you a full physical workup to find out really what was going on. So I don't know. Are you sure you went to see the doctor? Because I have questions about that visit. I mean, not that seeing the doctor quickly is a question, just his assessment and what he did to assess you, I have questions about. You didn't want to get a full history?
that obviously would be the reason. Luckily, he did check Salah's throat as well. His throat is fine. So he prescribed me some antibiotics for this. And for the breathing, shortness of breath, and the cough, and the other symptoms, he wanted me to have a rapid test done, a COVID test done, and also to have a nebulizer treatment done. So the nebulizer treatments, he actually prescribed for 3 days and twice a day. So every 12 hours, I have to go back to this clinic and get this nebulizer treatment, which means like I'm going to have to go back at like 2 a.m. to get this treatment done. But
okay.
Yeah, it actually is helping. So let me get to that.
Why are you she always has to travel for treatment? Is it you can't rent the equipment to do the nebulizing treatments? Because it's just a little machine, girl. It's not like anything fancy. We used to have a bunch of them on the floor. Oh, it's nothing hard to do a nebulizing treatment. Every kid in America has got asthma, has got a nebulizer in the house. I'm surprised if you are somebody with asthma, Chantel, and you've had a history of asthma, supposedly. How the Jesus do you not have a nebulizer? Because that's like standard, girl. That is standard. Especially for kids who have it. Nebulizers. They're on the Singular. Are you on any like maintenance drug? I mean, what? Geez. I mean, I have 1,000 questions about this. I just have a lot of questions. Obviously, the COVID testing, that makes sense. But I still have a lot of questions about all of this. This is from a year ago, and I have questions. Right. It's like, was she talking about having to go off and get a nebulizing treatment from? Was she gaslighting her audience about her health all this time? Just coming out with stuff? Because if she was an asthmatic, she should have been traveling with a nebulizer, just like you travel with a CPAP. Just in case you need to, take a treatment, because especially, I don't know. I just, this is straight BS. Right. It's a clinic, not a hospital. Right. She's right. A single advert. Well, she's supposed to use a Symbicort. And we saw her take Symbicort one day. But, I haven't heard her. She says she's on Singular. Yeah, okay. What has Pam said? No different in how it's done here, depending on what you need. Is she sure she would? She is sure she was getting antibiotics? I have no idea. This girl told people that she had a diagnosis of sciatica. Okay. And we know that she has no diagnoses given by a physician. So she just lies about everything. And it seems like, I guess this was the lie of the time. Not to say that she's not asthmatic or somebody who's short of breath. Okay. I can imagine that Chantel all of these things. But it's just the way she talks about these clinic visits. It's just, I feel like I feel like she never gets care. Because it's just like, he just looked at my throat. I'm like, what? Didn't check. I mean, that's it. I just, it just, oh, girl. I can believe she has these problems. Oh, she is asthmatic. KJ says it's probably just a story she is telling her audience to garner some sympathy. Yeah, and it's around her birthday time. Oh, it just, oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. I can believe that Chantel went to Kuwait and probably ran out of whatever medications she's had to manage her asthma, and has started to, if it's dry out there and with all the allergens from the desert, potentially made her asthma even more aggravated. Well, yeah. Aggravated her asthma up a little bit, potentially, especially if the air quality was not great. And so that's one thing that I always say to people who have like asthma, COPD, always look at the air quality on your iPhones or your whichever phone you have, because it will tell you what the air quality is like that day. But I just wonder, did she go and now she's out of meds, and so these are what she's doing, is going to the doctors because she's running into issues because now she's out of medication, because she's not somebody with a consistent provider. And that's one of the things that I always try to say is you can't get extended periods of time prescriptions to drugs without a primary provider. For these types of drugs like Singular, any of these, they would have to have chronically long prescriptions, and therefore a provider who is following up with you and checking all your labs and making sure that you are okay to continue on that medication. They're not just gonna give you a lifelong prescription to these drugs and off you roll. It's not how it works. And so I just wonder if she reaches a time where she is out of drugs, out of medication, and then she does have to end up somewhere. And then she kind of, makes these stories that seem so much more, empathetic for her and sympathetic in her situation, rather than saying, oh, I ran out of my shit. Now I have to go to the clinic.
So we went to the nurses. He's like, you don't even have to actually, he's like, you don't even just take this paper I give you to the nurses station as soon as you come.
Right.
And you can go right in.
Right.
So we went to the nurses station, and it's like a room with like a bunch of chairs and little nebulizer stations. And so I went in and just put on the mask, and the nurse adjusted the nebulizer bottle thing, whatever, that little bottle that hangs with the nebulizer treatment. And so I put the mask on and sat there for 10 minutes. Each treatment's about 10 minutes. Excuse me. But it did feel so much better. It was just, it really helped. So they also gave me a COVID test.
And this is what I mean. She has to have people in her audience who are asthmatics who are like, girl, why don't you have a nebulizer? Or how have you allowed yourself to get to this place? And another good point, shortness of breath can be a symptom for many things. It is often can be a symptom of heart failure. So for somebody Chantel's size and the doctor just to start doing nebulizing treatments and this, that, and the other, this is all stuff that's managed through a primary care doctor, not just some random clinic. It just seems just, again, just her stories when she's explaining these medical things, you're just, a lot of us who work in the industry, there's questions because it just doesn't roll right. It's like, why are you going to a clinic for a nebulizing treatment? Nobody goes to a clinic for a nebulizing treatment. Now, if you're an inpatient in the hospital and you're having breathing issues, and you will be prescribed nebulizing treatments, and they will happen. But that's an inpatient care. This is somebody who's outpatient, supposedly going into an urgent care for some breathing treatments. It makes zero sense. Zero sense. They wouldn't do that here in the US. They would then tell you that you needed to see your primary care. They wouldn't take that responsibility. That's not what an urgent care does. They would give you the one thing, maybe give you a treatment while you're there and send you home. That'd be it. But for her to always make these stories that she's going back for follow-up care at these clinics, I just think that sounds like shit.
Test, which is negative, so I do not have COVID. I honestly was at one point wondering because, with the travel and everything, and yeah, so it's just mostly just maybe viral, maybe mixture of the throat infection, viral, and also just really bad asthma. And he said it could be, the change in environment. It is very rainy here right now as well, so the different climate changes, going from extreme cold to desert weather can have an effect, especially if you're asthmatic. So yeah, that actually went a lot smoother than I thought. I was really nervous when I thought, oh no, I'm going to need medical care in a foreign country. It did make me very nervous because I don't know. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how much we would have to pay. Here I am thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to have to pay thousands of dollars or something. And I was just in such a relief. Whenever he told me how much he spent in total, it was like $33 Canadian. I was like, the equivalent to $33 Canadian. I was like, wow, okay, that's good. So I'm going to show you some of the medications I have to take. So it's prescribed.
Here we go.
Zythrone. It's basically azithromycin, and I have to take 1 tablet.
Oh, let me try to get back to that. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Sorry, guys. I was trying to get back to here. I wanted to see the box. There we go. Zythrone is erythromycin. Oh, girl, why are they giving you a broad spectrum antibiotic? Do they think you have pneumonia? I mean, and usually just giving a broad spectrum like that, did they, well, you said they took some samples, but I mean, a lot of times they want to test for anything before they just give a broad spectrum that could potentially take the bacteria and change it. But you said you have asthma. That's not how asthma comes about. Why have they got you on an antibiotic? Why am I so confused? She said she needs a strep test. Oh, a strep. Oh, she did say she had a. Yeah, but why would you just give a broad spectrum she said they tested her for COVID. She doesn't look like she got strep. I promise you. I was sweating balls when I had strep. It was horrible. I was so ill. I couldn't even talk. She doesn't sound like her throat is that bad. because she's talking better than she usually talks. So I just wonder if that's like, is that even from Kuwait? It's all in English. I mean, this doesn't even have Arabic writing on it. This is all in English. Why? Pharmacy shopping herself. Well, that's what I'm thinking, Choo Choo, because why has she got why is it in English? I mean, wouldn't you think that it would be in Arabic? I mean, they just give the meds out in English too. I mean, I don't live in countries like that, but I know when I lived in Mexico, everything was written in Spanish. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, oh, right. Well, I'm saying I'm trying to figure out why she has antibiotics that are written in English in an Arabic country. Or is she just holding up some antibiotics that she purchased from a Canadian pharmacy online? I just had to laugh. I'm sorry. They always get these emails here in the States about the Canadian pharmacies online that we are not able to ever use in the United States because we have to have prescriptions for everything. So yeah, this is fun. Wow. She's been pharmacy shopping. I mean, where would you purchase it online though? I mean, unless she is able to do the Canadian pharmacy online and have it shipped to her in Kuwait, because we can't, being, American citizens, they'll flag us for stuff. I think it was some beauty product I wanted to get once, or some type of like skin stuff that you couldn't get here because you had to have a prescription here, but you could get it over the counter in Canada, and I couldn't purchase it online. So through the the RFDCs are strict. Yes, those aren't even usually in Canada. I know. I was just laughing, Pam, because we all get those emails. It's like Amazon sells RX meds. That's right. But I thought she wasn't getting her Amazon packages in Kuwait. Or was Amazon being banned as part of the Palestinian thing? I'm not. No, obviously not, because she was. I have no idea. I'm just curious why she has antibiotics in English. You've heard you can walk into the pharmacies and get that over the counter. Well, maybe that's what she just did. That's just so weird, because we know she never saw a doctor for the diagnosis of sciatica. She finally confessed and said, no, I didn't get that. Diagnosis. I haven't actually seen a doctor. And she then went off and played with Julia. And she did like a really childlike face and stuff, like, oh, caught in the lie, if you've been milking your audience about this for months ago. And so I just wonder how much, of this is true. And is she just got an empty box, or is this something she picked up from grandma's house? This looks like some really old packaging.
Mycin, and I have to take one tablet twice a day. So basically you just cut them in half. I just bite them with my teeth. There's a little groove. And also some Panadol, which is Tylenol for fever. But also there's this stuff here.
That seems like a very small dose. I don't know. I am not sure. Right. I'm just like, I'm not used to seeing antibiotics like that cut in half. I've given a lot of antibiotics in my time. And usually, I've never for an antibiotic. Maybe it's because the doses I've always been given are always to the full amount. I don't know. Yeah, get a pill cutter. Yeah. She'll lose a tooth. Oh. It seems weird. It just seems weird to me. Just seems strange. one tablet, not half, doesn't even do that right. I was just like, I thought it was like 500 milligrams. So would that be a 250 milligram dose? Seems low. It just seems like a low dose. It's a package. If there's French in the package, it's from Canada. If not, it's not. Yeah, I can't tell. I can't. I unfortunately, when I'm on the StreamYard, I can't like focus. I can't like zoom up close enough. And it looked like everything on there on that particular front side was all in English. Okay, she's. This is funny because she's actually okay. Notice the difference too. All right, she's showing us like medications and stuff this time, whereas when she did all the stuff with the sciatica, we didn't see anything. All that diflucanac, all these different things, the Celebrex, all of these different pills that she says she's taking, we've never seen the packets. The other day, she said she was taking tablets, remember? And then she went off all crazy. But we never saw a container. We never saw anything with any writing on it. Not that she has to show that, but just be aware of the difference even here.
Is Floodrex. I've never heard of this. It's cold and flu stuff. So lowers temperature, relieves pain and headache, nasal congestion, decongestion, because I do have some aches and pains and just feeling overall sick and low energy and stuff like that. So, but because my breathing was getting worse, I thought, I better go to the clinic today and get it checked out. I better go see if it's COVID. I better just get everything taken care of. So, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, I guess. Just drinking this lemon mint.
So she's supposedly taking any heart medications because somebody thinks that she may have said she was on capitopril, which is the beta blocker. And if that's the case, then you shouldn't be taking like cold and flu medications. Okay, that's it. Our pharmacists will tell you that's a no-no. You got to get the special ones that are made to take with people who are taking blood pressure medications because they can counteract your medications. So, this is why I always wonder, this is why you need to have an internal medicine doctor, or you need to, especially if you're somebody like Chantel with multiple comorbidities to manage, you cannot be just, going to different types of providers and urgent cares and clinics and all of this sort of stuff and think that you're going to manage your health. And the fact that she went to a foreign country knowing the way she eats, drinks, doesn't care for herself, doesn't care for her teeth, eats horribly, that she wasn't going to need medical care and just aging. You dentist at the age by 40. And this is, before she realized that she had diabetes, which is probably has been brewing for some time, that you need to be seeing an optician because you're going to be having eye changes anyway, especially because we have been more exposed to using computers. So we're straining and using our eyes on the phone, on the computers, all of it. So our eyesight is being more, just changed that way. So, I mean, it's the older you get, the more, unfortunately, you just have to keep up with it because your body just does change, Even I am somebody who will be 55 this year and have, on the whole, I've had times where I haven't been great with my health because I had been a smoker in the past. I did get a low dose CT scan this year. Everything was fine. Because I'd been 15 years, or just under, I think my doctor lied for me because I've been slightly over 15 years not smoking and everything is fine. I'm good to go. The doctor didn't see any problems. I didn't need to have any medications, so, I mean, I've done all sorts of tests. I have to see the opticians, the dentist, the this, the that. I'm sure all of you can attest to that. So for Chantel to be hitting almost 40 and thinking about moving full time to a foreign country and never suspecting the shit about what to do for medical care is about the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard.
So I guess I'll be going back
Right.
late in the night because I had the treatment at like 2 p.m. So yeah, the nebulizer treatment is working really well for the asthma side of things, and I'm just gonna keep taking my inhalers. I don't remember if I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but the nebulizer is gonna be for 3 days, twice a day. So I'll have to go to the clinic to do that. So this is actually the Travasil. There's enough left actually. I thought I finished it, but this is the herbal medicine cough syrup I've been taking.
Oh God. Ugh, some herbal medicine. Great. I hope that you making sure that doesn't counteract against that cold and flu or the antibiotic that you're about to take. So good job, Chantel. Choo says she declared that she saw her eye doc in Canada and got a new prescription for eyeglasses, and I called bullshit. I said there was no way that with her swelling they give her eye correction because her eyes. Yeah, and to be honest, she never wears glasses. I have not seen her in a pair of glasses since she went to Kuwait. She strains her eyes at the screen every single time. Strains her eyes. I mean, I've got contact lenses at the moment. I have 2 pairs of glasses, and I have like prescription sunglasses, all sorts of crazy stuff. And my eyes are probably nowhere near what Chantel's are. Mine are all recent. You know, I never needed glasses when I was younger. And like I said, because I've been more time on the computer, just, you know, all of these things, it's come, you know, and now it's going to be, I'm going to be regularly at the opticians. Now I'm going to be with glasses for the rest of my life. And they're not cheap here in the US. I promise you. Unless you have I had, fortunately, really good insurance and was able to get a new pair and get a nice pair of Guess, you know, fashion glasses and good lenses in them. And I think I ended up paying like, it was like maybe a little bit out of pocket, maybe $80 or something out of pocket. But it was like, they were very expensive glasses. It's expensive. It's really expensive. She is diagnosing herself. Yeah, I think she is. She broke them and claimed she got a new script but never got them. No way. And the thing is, if she got a new script, there are so many places that you can order them online. You don't even have to go into a physical store. Now, I like to because I want to get the glasses. I want to look at the different glasses. And then once I get the glasses, I want the store, then the optician, then to fit them to me. And because, you know, I got ones with actual metal sides this time, and they can, you know, they have things that heat them up and get them shaped to your head. And, you know, they do all that stuff to make sure that they really fit you nicely. So it's obviously worth going into the optical store if you really, you know, are having to use glasses. But yeah, there are so many glasses are a racket. Oh, they are, Sandra. Tell me about it. Oh, God, they're so expensive. The ocular swelling cannot be understood. Right. And I've had patients, type 1 diabetics, already partially blinded from diabetic retinopathy. So I always wondered, and this was her a year ago. She looks so much worse now. I mean, this is just a year ago. Costco is good for glasses? Yes, I've heard that too. I've heard that too. What happened to our friend Nightbot? Oh, I killed a lot of my Nightbot, girl. I think he's got like one thing. I killed him all. He kind of hangs around for the polls. The cataracts. Right. Oh my goodness. But I have cataracts that have started. Pam says also because she's diabetic, she would also get extra eye tests that would be covered under our provincial health care. Only certain eye tests, though. Right. And I got, what was it? The test that they look behind the eye, like the lens. I don't know. The optician, I had good insurance. So they were able to upgrade me into all sorts of stuff. I always get like the best dental and the best. I always, anyway, just because, you, especially with my own grandmother had a history of glaucoma and cataracts, and now they actually, if you catch things early enough, there are so many things now that can correct these issues. I already have little cataracts starting, which is why I'm so particular about sunglasses and wearing prescription sunglasses on the beach. I will not step in the water without sunglasses. It's just like it that, and she wandered around Kuwait with no sunglasses. It's terrible. You have good insurance. Yes. Yeah. And the thing is, in this, it's just terrible. If you don't have good insurance, and even now, though, the way private equities are moving into some of these things, even having good insurance, you're still going to get, a lot of out of pocket costs. It's still ridiculously expensive here, which is why I always want to recommend people to take better care of their health and do as many preventative things as possible and get all the preventative screenings that are included in your health insurance. Like I would always say, call your health insurance at the start of the year and ask them what is covered, because there are even certain lab tests that are covered. CBCs and BMPs, totally covered as preventative. Just get it done. Get it done. If it's covered, like I found out, I think they even do the hemoglobin A1C. Just get it done. If you have it as a preventative, and then make sure that you are doing it in an outpatient facility. Don't get any of this testing done inside of a hospital. They'll charge you the in-hospital fees here in the US. All right, I don't want to get too US centric. All right, we got 1 minute left of this health story.
I can feel that there's like licorice in it or anise or something. That black licorice taste, but it does cool, feels like a cooling effect, but it's temporary. So I'm just gonna have to keep taking my antibiotics. And
Chantel, you're probably getting that shortness of breath and that sore throat because you started smoking that shisha, girl. You weren't used to the harshness of the shisha when you got to Kuwait. And you were just getting down on that thing. That's my prediction as to why you got rough.
Just let this ride through. So yeah, I'm just gonna rest and hope for the best. And this Fledrex, they recommended I take 3 times a day, and the antibiotic, one whole pill. So half a pill twice a day, and then the last day you take a whole pill, and you have to eat them with food as well. So because they're very hard on the stomach. Anyways, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to share my experience with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave any respectable questions or feedback in the comments. I'll try to answer as much as I can. In and out of rest. And I'll see you in the next live stream, guys. Bye.
Oh my goodness. You can see I've been looking at the soft white underbelly over here. Poor Rebecca's gone. Okay. Oh my goodness, guys. All right, let me get over it. Let me stop sharing that. Okay. All righty. Well, that's what's been going on with Chantel. She's sick again? Oh no, Des. That was actually Chantel's last year. First time she ever had a medical emergency in Kuwait. So we were revisiting that little retro react there. That's what we had going on. That's what we had going on. That is what smokers say all the time. It relaxes me. Oh yeah, they do. That's exactly. It helps the stress. Yeah. No. What did you miss? What I'm not even keeping up with my own chat. A lot of meds, vitamin C in our diet, hot teas, hot showers, Vicks, NyQuil, Tylenol. Yes, she's definitely somebody who loves some Dr. Google. And I think this last thing with the sciatica is certainly the time when she has most admitted to that, because she finally said, I haven't had an official diagnosis. What else could it be? And that means that she obviously looked for symptoms online and she put, leg pain, blah, blah, and the word sciatica came up. And she was like, sciatica. And she knew her grandmother had sciatica too. So it was something that she recognized. And so she just ran with it from there. And she, I think, made up the whole entire thing about the trip to the clinics. Because we didn't even see anything with medications. At least with this, we saw medications, whether she just bought it over the counter and it cost her $33 just to buy that stuff. And there was actually no doctor visit. And Chantel was the doctor. Now that I can believe, that she went and over the counter got $33 worth of stuff. I would hope she wouldn't just start giving herself an antibiotic, because you shouldn't just start giving yourself broad spectrum antibiotics and not know why you're giving them, unless they've been diagnosed for something else or prescribed for something else. Who knows? Who knows with her? She's full of lies, as we know. And now we don't know what's going on with the channel. Let's take a look at my poll, and then we'll say a final happy birthday sing-song out for Chantel. And I'm so glad everyone joined me. I am going to, I think if I have, I'm thinking maybe tomorrow night, sometimes Friday nights get busy with other streamers. I'm going to take a look and to see where other people are planning. But I want to do Glitter's bikini haul from Walmart. I really want to get that done, because I have such a blast when we do the Glitters fashion stuff. And I think at the Alexandra Rodriguez, I'm going to do that as a reaction. I think I might do that one. If Glitters doesn't do a running video out tomorrow, I might do the Alexandra Rodriguez one I wanted to react to, because she's a very interesting character. Yes, happy Easter. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you. Happy Easter. Yeah, let's see what the poll ended up with. Wow, thank you. Oh, we're getting more people voting. Okay, thank you, guys. If you haven't had a chance to vote in the poll, please do so. We have 219 votes so far. And I'm going to end the poll now. We've had a chance to kind of look at her channel and take a peek, see. We got 220. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let's see where my poll ended up. Thank you for all 220 people who voted in the poll. So why does Foodie Beauty not have any new content on YouTube? And coming in at 43% was her account is suspended for 7 days, which is just an awesome birthday gift at the end of the month from YouTube for Foodie for her 40th birthday. And if the cat and her crew had anything in play for that, well done. Well played, girls. Well played. Because that's awesome for her not to be getting birthday coin around her 40th birthday, and it being the end of the month when you obviously you want to go out like pretty hardcore. So I'm probably going to get more lives and more reactions out. And I'm also close to 2,200 subscribers. So that's exciting. Okay. Foodie is making drama for views at 26%. Yeah, that's a good likelihood too. That this is just, she could show up tomorrow. But it's kind of weird that it's now her birthday and she's not live streaming anything. And this would be the primo time. This would be the time. At 25% is she's on a plane, visa run time, and we don't know on a plane to where. It could be a plane to anywhere. I mean, we just never know. She's not going to be honest. She could be sitting in a Dubai hotel room at this moment in time, for all we know. And then just coming in at 4%, it was a medical emergency. All that rage. So not many people think she's had a medical emergency. So anyway. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you again to Mackenzie for the Canadian super chat. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a little like-see for that. I like that. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's always very appreciated here. Helped me pay for Junebug's vet visit that she had this week. Goodness me. she's still upset with me about her ear. One of her ears had to get really cleaned out. she's looking at me like, it's time to go to bed, Mama. Time to go to bed. Oh yeah, she ran from the rehab. Oh yeah, that's the other one. That's the last thing I'm gonna say. When she started talking about her mental health recently, and that she had made an appointment with somebody, or she was making an appointment to follow up with somebody for her mental health. It's like, girl, stop with the gaslighting. Stop the gaslighting. We know you are not making any appointments with anybody for your mental health. You should be, but you're not. And how? You're on a tourist visa. It's like, girl, she's anyway. It drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. Anyway. Yes, nice chatting with everybody. Thank you guys for having such a nice, kind, and respectful chat too. And so yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow night we're gonna be out with some glitters because I really want to get a bikini haul out the way. As I'm getting closer to summer here. All right, guys. Well, it was fun. Happy birthday, Foodie. All right. I'm going to bring up my theme music. And I'm going to say one last time, if you haven't had a chance, hit the likes, subscribe, leave a comment on the replay, and we'll